We're on to the Jets here. It's good to have a nice break yesterday, but looking forward to big matchup this week against New York, and certainly been impressive to watch since we played them. Darnold's really played well. He's got an excellent group of receivers, tight ends, backs to work with, and obviously Roberts, leading the league in both punting and kickoff returns, had an explosive year, and did it again against the Packers last week. And defensively, again, well-coached team, create a lot of problems with their pressure. Corners done a good job for them. Good front seven. So it's a big challenge for us, and we'll have to play better than we did in the last game. They're definitely better than they were when we saw them, whatever it was, 6 weeks ago. So that'll be our challenge to improve the matchup. Yeah, there's a couple of them now. Good decisions, accurate. It's probably better timing and execution in the passing game with his receivers. More yards, more touchdowns, fewer turnovers. He sure has. He's he's fast. He gets into the routes well. You could see his speed down the field is moving about the same speed as the receivers are. So just on tape, he plays fast. Good vertical player, and gets across the field quickly on the over routes, things like that. So yeah, it seems like there's certainly chemistry developing between Darnold and Herndon. Yeah, again, I wouldn't say that's really the heart of the offense. And the essence of the offense is to have a lot of moving routes, get the ball quickly to a player on the move, and let him run with it, whether it's inside out, outside in the seam, backs. So, and I don't like to stand back there and work side to side on the field and spend all day in the pocket. And that's not really the way that offense is designed to run. Yeah, this is a big place. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Look for those opportunities every week. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. Sometimes the opportunities are better to return. So we'll just see how it plays out. I think there's room for more improvement. We'll certainly get tested this week, so whatever it was or wasn't in the past, I don't think really makes too much difference. We're going up against the best return team in the league, so we'll see where we are against Roberts. It's not just him. I mean, obviously they do a very good job blocking. Their kickoff return scheme is good. Punt returns, they do a good job of getting them started. They do a good job blocking. He does a good job of running. He's explosive. He's fast. He doesn't need much space. Once he hits the seam, it's all over. So we'll find out where we are this week. Yeah. Well, again, we did that in the early part of the year. As we did everything else. There's some relevance to it, but I think there's more relevance to what's been happening, in more recent weeks. But we did that in the first scouting report. And, some of the guys we looked at played, some of them didn't. Some of the guys that we're playing now didn't play in the first game, so it's the way it usually is. So we've updated that, but yeah, I think what they've done recently is the most relevant. Yeah, well, he's a good back. He's a good player. Runs well, takes care of the ball. It's tough. He's got good playing strength. Runs through some arm tackles. Still got a lot to learn. Still a lot of things that he can work on, but he's a tough kid. He's smart. He works hard. He's out there every day. He's had a good year. He's had a good spring, good training camp. I missed the first Buffalo game, but he's missed very few snaps all year in practice and in games. He plays in different packages, and we've haven't put him out there for every snap, but he's held up well and played well. I think he's gotten in on a lot of plays in the running game, in the passing game, rushing the passer, some coverage plays, pursuit plays, things like that. So he's done a solid job for us. Just steady, Steady grinder. Just one day at a time, just trying to get better. Makes mistakes, try to correct it. He works at it. Usually shows some improvement in that area. Go on to something else. But it's durability, it's consistency, and just being out there every day practicing, doing things, getting corrected, getting better, working on them the next day. And that's really how you improve. So practicing and being durable and being consistent goes a long way. Yeah, well, I mean, right now I think it's a one-game season here, so let's concentrate on the Jets and worry about next year, and next year, worry about next week, worry about last year, some other year. Yeah, Jason's been great. He, again, missed the spring, went to training camp, and then at the end of training camp, really, when we were a little light there at safety. Pat missed a couple of weeks. Jordan was gone. Nate was working through some stuff. So he ended up playing safety. So he's played outside. He's played safety. He's played inside in the nickel spot, as well as playing multiple roles in the kicking game. So we've added a lot, I would say, to his responsibilities. He's very, very professional, well prepared, dependable. Mature, takes every part of his job very seriously. Run force, pass coverage, zone, safety, corner, special teams, whatever it is. So, I think his leadership, his communication, his professionalism, been outstanding. Been great to work with. Couldn't ask for any more. Yeah, Allen ran a lot more than Darnold has, but Darnold's a big athletic kid. He can certainly move if he has to. He can get out and escape the rush. He's done that plenty of times, so he has a solid skill set, no question about it. Good arm, can make all the throws. Big, strong kid. Hard to get down in the pocket. Has good feet, can get out if he needs to. Again, his thing isn't, to take off and run, but if he had to run, he can run. He had a big quarterback sneak for him in the game on the 4th and 1 against Green Bay. Made a nice play on that. Took it off to the side, saw a gap there, made about 3 or 4 yards on it. So he's, I'm sure he can do any of those plays they need him to do. And maybe at this point they might call him to do more of those. I don't know. Well, I think there's a balance there. I don't think you keep running the same play over and over again in this league and win. The other teams are too well coached. Their players are too experienced. You might be able to repeat concepts and maybe not make the play look different, but it's the same concept. There's merit in that. And there's merit in repeating plays, but I think to a point. I just don't think you can sit there and run the same play 20 times in a row in this league. It's not high school. I don't think that's going to work. So a lot of times you try to find different ways to do the same thing. Make it look different, disguise it a little bit, or have something complementary off it, so that the defense has to defend more than one thing.